Admiral's log. Our economic situation is getting desperate. Over the past several months, I've built up as much of a war chest as possible, fully expecting the blockade to happen at some point. Whether this financial buffer is enough is about to be tested. The construction of several new warships is an expensive business, and so is the repair of our damaged ships. I've implored the shipyards to do everything in their power to finish construction of our ships quickly, so we can free up the budget from there to continue our crew training. We need every bit of that budget to stay afloat financially. The battlecruisers continue to perform well. Regina has proven that she can not only defend against attacks on our convoys, but she can dish it out just as well. Recently, she single-handedly attacked the escorts of a sizable Austro-Hungarian convoy, while the light cruiser Coty was able to eliminate the convoy itself. Regina only took limited damage from the encounter. A side effect of the blockade that we're currently experiencing is that we have to implement austerity measures. That means that all crew training is halted for now. Over time, this can turn into a very serious issue as our untrained crews will prove to be less effective in battle. I need to restore crew training, I need to continuously build new merchantmen, and I need to break this blockade if Italy has a chance to win this war. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to the campaign of the Italians from 1940. We've reached episode 10 and we're being blockaded. That's not good, so I'm trying to sink as many of these guys as I can. And while these Austro-Hungarian heavy cruisers and destroyers are executing a port strike, I am countering that port strike with the Ferrari and one of my updated Alfa Romeo class cruisers. Also a whole slew of destroyers, but well, in a one-on-one, these destroyers can beat each other. Against a heavy cruiser, they're not exactly useful, unless I just spam torpedoes at them. But I don't think I need to, because that, right there, is what we have the battlecruiser for. Alright, formations. Give me all DDs in one big div, please. You are going to join that. Where's the enemy? To the northeast. Tell me where. There! Okay. Off you go. And there. Now, let's not spam any torpedoes. I've already been detected. Because of course I was. Apparently their heavy cruisers still have better detection equipment than my battlecruiser. I would love to upgrade this thing to... no. to radar 3 is what I was going to say, but that's just not possible. And we have our first contestant. One of their heavy cruisers. Let's slow this ship down. Full speed is good enough. The DDs there, please. The light cruiser can be used as something of a picket. Because the battle cruiser is going to go to 32 knots. And the Emanuele Filiberto can do 37. So with that, she can do some sort of protection run in front of the battle cruiser. But if all goes well, I don't strictly need that. Because I can simply have the battle cruiser, well, mostly outside of their torpedo range, because it's 13 for the heavy cruisers. For the DDs, it's 14.8. Of course, accuracy at this range is not stellar. DDs. I'm gonna have the DDs move over here and just torp that general direction. Battlecruiser still slowing down. Good lord, this thing is so fast and takes so long to slow down. This is why I want that new battlecruiser. The one with the gas turbines. Or sorry, turboelectric drive I think I put on it. It's the most expensive engine type. But it does mean that you have far better capabilities of slowing down. 48%. We are within 14 kilometers now. That means that we are almost within torpedo range of the DDs. Did you just decide to swap your fire? No, never mind. Filiberto is out of smoke. It's potentially a problem. Yeah, she just took a hit. Ferrari F1, at this point a trained crew. I have had to save on crew training, so sadly they're not likely to see veterancy anytime soon. But I am definitely having that as a goal. Oh, destroyed the main tower. Very nice. Let's throw some high explosive at them. That's one of the DDs. Smoke. Standard. That's your other heavy cruiser. I believe that should be your torpedo target. Although this DD is going to waste everything. It's going to spoil the whole surprise. Sadly. Although this DD is not going to be there for very long. Because the Sharpshooter D40 just got hit by an 18-inch shell. I just... did it? Yeah, it did. Why though? Why are you targeting a DD? Switch to the Wolfsburg. Steady starboard course. The CL that way, please. The DDs are all mostly fine. Please focus on this. Here is the torpedo wall. Although... well, Wolfsburg, if she turns to starboard, is going to have a bit of a problem. And it seems that AI ships mostly turn away from torpedoes instead of turning into them. Had this thing turned to port, it would have been perfectly fine. Hold on, one of my DDs detected torps. Yeah, there. Problematic. Permission to panic, granted. Everybody else start taking evasive action. It's just that I don't really trust the AI's ability not to completely mess up. Did you take a torp? You took a torp. 2, in fact. This is a very gentle maneuver, I gotta say. The Giuseppe is the lead ship. And then we got Fulmin, Fucilieri, etc. And, well, they were doing quite well on dodging this torpedo wall. Right now, I'm not too sure anymore. Oh, the heavy cruiser is also torpedoing my DDs. Because, of course, you are. Yeah, we should be fine. Okay. Wolfsburg got hit by the 18-inch high explosive. Next is the heavy cruiser Mödling. CL can potentially just go a bit more aggressive here and start pushing in. I think the Ferrari has kept her course for far too long. But the Mödling has not yet torpedoed her. So that's good. Means I don't have to switch course just yet. Cancel that. That's my fucking torpedo wall. Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Full ahead flank. I need to dodge those 4 torpedoes. Ooh. That was my own torp, right? Shit. Well played, stealth. If you don't get torped by the enemy, you'll get torped by yourself. Well played. Oh. This is exactly what I do not need to have happen. I really, really, really do not need my own ships getting torped by my own ships. Okay. Regroup and re-attack. Ferrari's on 75% buoyancy. Let's keep her at some speed at least. You just torped me? You did, didn't you? Smoke. Yeah, there. 71% buoyancy. I don't get it. Why do these cruisers keep flooding? Is it because I have such a large hole in my hull? Because I have enough freeboard. Just, but I have enough. And the AI always has this magical, I'm not going to flood beyond 1%. Like, it just stops when it's going to 1%. Eliminate the D-21. And I'm just going to have to push the heavy cruiser with the destroyers now. I don't like doing it. Especially considering the ability of that heavy cruiser to fling torpedoes in my face at short range. But it's the best option I have. Ferrari's down to 60% buoyancy. With all that damage, her accuracy is dwindling. Also, the ship being 17 kilometers out is not helpful. This fight should have been easy. And instead we get this clusterfuck. Buoyancy 53. Just, I swear that the AI has some sort of magical flex tape that they put on their ships when they're flooding. That I don't get, because I'm now down to 51. Oh my god, this whole formation is at risk of just getting destroyed. What the fuck? Look at this! What the hell, guys? At this point, maybe the best thing for me to do is scrap the ships that are not going to make it out of this encounter, with the exception of the battlecruiser. The battlecruiser, which is still flooding. What the hell? Split all the divs. No, don't collision avoid. Anybody still got torps? Yeah, La Massa has torps. I haven't lost a ship yet. And, well, maybe the Emanuel Filiberto can do something useful here. This thing is so fucked. Cadet level crew. Yeah, there goes one DD. Okay, torp this. Torp angle is terrible, but one thing I have going for me is if I torp one, I might accidentally torp the other. That one. Okay, DDs, get out. As best you can. You dodged. D40 is also dodging. Buoyancy down to 32%? What the hell? What the hell? 31. This is so fucking cheesy. What the hell? You. Go waste these destroyers. %30 buoyancy. At least my structural integrity is mostly good. Otherwise it would be even worse. Because now I know that I don't have to spend a whole lot of time in dock. There's the D-21 dead. Now we're gonna waste this thing. Yeah, you're gonna be very, very, very dead. There you go. Now I just need to try and disengage. Before the battlecruiser floods out. Because she's down to 30% now. But she seems to be somewhat holding. Oh man, I've sunk a heavy cruiser and 2 lights. But at the expense of 1 destroyer and massive flooding aboard the battlecruiser. 0.5% chance to hit the Mödling. Just need to disengage. And I know that they're not going to make that easy. I think the Ferrari's holding 30%. She just kept flooding. From torpedoes launched by my own fleet. Look at that. That's a sorry sight. She's alive. But at the expense of probably a lot of crew. No, not even that much. 5%. I thought I was going to lose 20, 30, 40%. Come on, please leave. Maybe torp the cruiser. I mean, at this point, I don't really have anything to lose. Just a couple of destroyers. Torps away from the Fucilieri. Torps away from Fulmine. Sorry, Fulmine. Okay. Maybe this hits, maybe it doesn't. At either way, it's going to be out of my hands now, because the torps are already in the water. It's not like I can adjust their course. Mödling, with her turning circle and sonar array, should have little difficulty first detecting and then turning away from the torps. She is looking at this screen now, turning to port. The other salvo's over there. She might get hit in the rudder. No, bow. Overcorrected. It was a good hit. She's gonna take another. Oh, man. That means that this salvo is utterly ineffective. But this will give that cruiser something to worry about. Smoke up La Massa. I know my battlecruiser is still firing, 28 kilometers away. But I'm hoping to keep the... Oh, no. Keep the badly bruised heavy cruiser actually alive. To put more pressure on the already weakening Austro-Hungarian economy. See, I just don't understand. I took 2 torpedoes on this ship. Sorry, one. One torpedo. Right? I don't have an anti-torpedo blister. Sure. So I get the full damage of the torpedo. This heavy cruiser has anti-torp 4. Which I believe reduces torpedo damage. And, well, actually, maybe that's it. Maybe they reduced torpedo flooding chance by so much that this thing was only taking a little bit of flooding and, well, barely anything. And I believe I was doing a fairly good job keeping the battlecruiser away from enemy torpedoes, and I did. Didn't keep them away from friendly torpedoes. There's no such thing as a friendly torpedo. Well, that was a piss-poor battle. Very poorly fought by myself. The Ferrari survived, thank God, but I did lose 3 destroyers. Not great. How long is it going to take me, and more importantly, how much is it going to cost me to fix those things up? This guy got light. This is 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, 3 months for the Ferrari. That's bad. Alright, new attempts. Enemy battlecruiser up for grabs. 2 heavy cruisers with torpedoes. And 4 destroyers. Let's go take down one of their capital ships. Because these are power projectors. These are directly responsible for putting pressure on my economy. By blockading me. And I don't want that to persist. We're gonna sort of split the div. And we're going to make sure that we have everybody working together, ideally. What is this zigzag? Thank you. Working together, trying to get some form of a cross-torp. The problem is my torps are 48 knots here and there. Oh, never mind. They're 48 knots there as well. That's good. So that means I might be able to... What the fuck are you doing? I might be able to line up the destroyers and the heavy cruisers in such a way that I can cross-torp this guy. Where is he? There he is. 26 clicks out. 25. Set a course for that heavy warship on the horizon there. Firepower, 8, 15s. A bunch of 4-inchers, 8s, 7s, 3s, and 2s. Alright. I have just spotted the Urania. Range, 22. Our torpedo range is not quite that good, but we're getting very quickly to a point where it is that good. I do want to get quite a bit closer, though. Like 12, 15 kilometers, something like that. The DDs are racing in. Good work. You guys are not. Because the battlecruiser appears to be heading away. I have now taken note of the Rossolino Pilo, the lead destroyer. Let's see if we can murder this thing. I don't think the torpedoes strictly going to be enough. We might have to do some secondary salvo of torpedoes. And potentially do a bit of gunfighting. Although an 8-inch gun against a 15-inch gun... Well, let's just say I'm not too optimistic about how that's going to go down. Battlecruiser is heading away. As well she should. Urania, trained crew. Maria Teresa, trained crew. The Maria Teresa is one of our legendary ships. In the sense that the Maria Teresa was directly responsible for engaging one ship off her port side and one ship off her starboard side at the same time. And that just looked spectacular. Okay, we're going to have to close the distance more because this guy keeps running away. Smoky, smoky. It's not going to be easy. What's your speed? I think they could do something like, what, 32 knots? 33? They're fairly quick. And I'm approaching 7-inch range at 14 clicks. 83%. 18.9 clicks out. 14.3. Cross-torp's going to be even more difficult now. They're so determined to head away from my ship. 93% ID. 97. 98, 99. 100. Alright, Rudolph. Red-nosed battlecruiser, what do you have? Standard bulkheads, turning circle of 334, sonar 3. Oof. That's a pretty big oof, because that's going to make it difficult to torpedo this guy. 16.2 for you. 14 for you. I have a lot of ammo on that ship. Heavy cruisers are fine. Fortunately, either this is a new ship, or they have not had the budget to train the crew, because this is almost a pure cadet ship. I say, and promptly get hit twice by 8-inch guns. Okay, it's not stellar, but we'll run with it. Torpedo the battlecruiser. Everybody at once. Torp, torp, torp. Hello? Now, gentlemen. Now you're too late. We cannot have these half-assed torps go out there. The Falco and the Augusto have not torped. If I torp now, then the Kronprinz will have already detected the torpedoes. Is already reacting, and the other two salvos are going to miss anyway. So the plan is to do a sort of staggered launch. And have Falco and Augusto wait for a better time. And it would be nice if these things started carrying their own weight, because right now it does not seem like they're doing a whole lot for my fleet. $642 AP shells, 304 HE. Outweighting this thing? Not likely. Although with their level of accuracy, I might still have an option. Here comes the torpedo wall. Arguably, I should be able to hit at least some torpedo. They got anti-torp 5 though, so a 21-incher really doesn't impress them very much. It's just... Well, it's not quite going to bounce off the torpedo blister, but the amount of damage that it will do is probably pretty negligible. And this, exactly here, is why I needed my battlecruiser alive. And in the fight. Which it could have been, if I had not messed up. Alright, you've just detected torps. You're gonna what? Turn... Starboard? Starboard, gently. Ah, hit. You lost one crew member. If you overcorrect, which they generally do, you will get torped. Oh, come on. Give me one, give me one, give me one. Yes. 2, actually. 2 torpedoes have hit the Kronprincess. Sorry, Kronprinz. Alright, Rudy. That was the first wave. And it was an important hit, because now the ship is far slower. She could do 29 knots. She's now doing 25 and slowing. And if that rudder maintains its damaged condition, I might actually be able to get a torpedo to connect with that ship a bit easier. What? We're getting pens? Wow. Unexpected results here from Urania and Maria Teresa. The flooding has stopped. The ship's doing 24.5, 24.4. And heading away. Damage to the main gun. Okay, I'll take it. Right. You guys carry a lot of torpedoes. Start using them. Oh! Bad hit. Yeah, they're heading away. I'm gonna pull the Urania off the line. This ship is too badly damaged. It's not worth losing a heavy cruiser like this. Ship, 72% buoyancy. Destroyer range, 16.5. Maintain the attack. We'll get it done. Eventually. They still have fires raging there? What is that? No, they don't. Okay, so the Rosolino almost reloaded her torpedo tubes. Same for the Generale. And I still have the Falco and the Augusto, which have a full complement of torps. And thus far have not been able to use them. I'm going to get to a better position and re-acquire the target. The DDs have now launched another salvo of torps. That is, the Rosolino has torped. I'm going to have both Rosolino and Generale disengage. Because they have done everything they could. They're not going to gun down. Even in their wildest dreams, they're not going to gun down a battlecruiser. So what I'm intending to do here is have the Falco and the Augusto still somewhat close. Oh, this is not going well. And, well, I hope that this guy just eats more torps. It's going to take me a while to get those things to travel to the target. Which is an opportunity that these two DDs can use to close the gap. Range 16.4. If she responds like she did before, then she's going to turn to starboard. She's going to try and disengage. So she'll be over there, probably. And we appear to have some attention from the secondary guns. Smokescreen in about a minute and a half. Come on, this is a big target. 100 million worth of ship. When are you going to detect? Oh, what are you doing? You're not supposed to start thinking on your own. I mean, she hasn't even spotted the torps yet. The only reason she could be doing this is because she's desperate to try and get shots against the against the heavy cruisers. Yeah, that's gonna completely miss. I do seem to struggle a lot with battleships and battle cruisers. Just getting torpedoes to connect. Getting shots to hit. I need a bigger ship. Now the easy answer would be, well, go build a battleship. The problem is, a battleship is going to take me at least 24 months to build. And my economy is going to be busted in 3 months, 4 months. Like, build a battleship? Yes, it is the better option. It is the better answer. But it is not the answer that I probably can actually pull off. This guy is still maneuvering. Making it very difficult to get torpedoes on him. Probably because the rudder's still stuck. Lots and lots and lots of gun batteries on that ship. She does appear to be fairly stable on her course now. 16 clicks out. Are you still zigzagging? No. It's okay. It's okay. We can probably torp this. Steady. 15-6. 15-7. I want these torpedo launchers to be aimed at the target. And then launch. The exact same time. There we go. Now I cannot deviate from my current course too much, because I think that the battlecruiser is trying to hunt me down. So if I suddenly turn all the way back to a southwest course, that's going to tell the battlecruiser, oh, they just dropped torps. It's probably time to start changing direction. Now if this meshes as well as I hope, then that could be a lot of problems for this battlecruiser. I need to keep the Falco and the Augusto safe until they reload, because then I can still launch again. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. It's a bit of a fanfire there. Range 17.4. Structural integrity 82. Buoyancy 72. She will detect the torpedoes in time, but with her damaged rudder, she cannot turn fast enough. She'll take a hit. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong division. These guys. Range 17.8. Oh, that's good enough. Yeah, they now detected torpedoes. They're now going to start to turn to port, but can't, and effectively open the ship up to more attacks. 2 more hits. It's not nearly as many as I'd hoped. It does cause some more flooding and knock out an engine. Let's see how much flooding we can get on this thing. Come back. They've also lost 9% of their crew, but, well, it doesn't really matter that much. Seriously though, a battlecruiser with a tier... Oh. Oh boy, you got unlucky. Gives me 1 destroyer. I don't think I can get any kind of hit with just 1 torpedo salvo. It's not that likely to work. So, well, if I do make it work, their structural integrity drops, meaning that the battlecruiser is going to take more repairs, or they scrap it. Whichever happens first. Oh, I lost sight. Okay, that's nice. Come on, where are you? You haven't deviated from your last known position that much. It's just that potentially my spotter ship, which was one of the heavy cruisers, I suppose, is no longer capable of detecting it. There you were. Buoyancy 51%. Torpedoes halfway through the reload. The ship is running out of HE, well, at least on the 15 inchers. And it is only pulling 13 knots. The engine is still out. The rudder's still out. Let's see, maybe I can pull off another torpedo salvo. Would be nice. A little while later, the Falco has reloaded her torpedo tube. She's taken a scratch here and there, but otherwise fine. This is the last salvo that I have. I know the position is not great, but I don't expect it to hit anyway. So I decided to launch 1 salvo by having the ship at some angle that the second torpedo launcher could not use. And here is the other salvo. It means we're attacking the battlecruiser from the stern, where she's already flooded. So my objective is to mostly inflict some more structural integrity damage, because flooding that ship out, I just don't think it's going to happen. When it comes to the heavy cruisers, I'm thinking of upgrading them to have bigger torpedo tubes, so that I can have those things do more damage. Because right now, those 21 inchers are okay. They reload fast, they do an okay amount of damage, but I don't have a knockout punch against those battle cruisers. Switching them out from an oxygen to an electric type of propulsion would give me a sneakier torpedo, but not necessarily more hits. Because the issue lies with the range. I would get probably 12.7 kilometer range, maybe 13. And that means I am putting the heavy cruiser at a lot of risk, as I would need to get substantially closer than I would like. And 15-inch guns on cadets don't do that much. 15-inch guns on a trained or veteran crew will obliterate a heavy cruiser before they get an opportunity to get those torpedoes in the water. So that's my concern. Now, we're going to see what this battlecruiser does, sort of. I think it's not doing much at the moment. It might stupidly turn into the torps. I don't know. If not, then I'm just going to end the battle. Yeah, they passed. Okay. 26 victory points for me. 695 for them after sinking a destroyer and crippling 2 heavy cruisers. This is not a great episode so far. Huh. Can we repay the favor, perhaps? Well, maybe. Sparviero and 3 destroyers going up against the Vukla-Bruk and 7 transports, or a battlecruiser wiping out a whole group from the Austro-Hungarians as the Regina once again comes to the aid of 2 transports. Yeah, I'm going to do that next episode. My economy is still pretty poor, but not as bad as I was expecting it to be, because I have a monthly deficit of 12 million, which is not good. Absolutely not good, but it's not as bad as it was, which was minus 20-something million. So, next time, a couple of convoy missions and taking out more of the Austro-Hungarian Navy, up to the point where they probably don't have anything left but battleships and battlecruisers, which I promptly cannot kill. So that'll be fun. Hope you guys join me then. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next episode.